Ladies and gentlemen, the end of the year is upon us. 2025 is approaching. But before we get there, we need to look back, because I made some predictions. Did I get them all right? Did I get them all wrong? Or was I in between? Let's talk about it, shall we? Let's get on with the video. Alright, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube citizens, y'all know who this is. It's your boy Troy. For today's date is, what is it? Thursday, December the 26th. Alright, we're just going to jump straight into this. So, earlier this year, I came out with 10 predictions that I believe will happen involving Pokemon Go throughout the year 2024. Now that the year is almost over, you know what we're going to do. You've been following the channel for a while. You know what we're going to do. We're going to look back and see what I got right and what I got wrong. So let's not waste any time, shall we? Let's start with number 10. I'm not doing that because he don't go by that anymore. Let's start off with number 10. Number 10 was pretty easy. I said the following. Come on now. We're going to get a Gumi community day. I mean, it's pretty obvious at this point. I mean, come on now. This was not hard to figure out. I mean, they do this all the time. With the Pokemon, preferably a dragon type, it comes in 1 year, no shiny. The next year, gonna show up with a shiny. And then the year after that, they're gonna get a community day. It happens all the time. So for this to happen with Gumi, I was not surprised at all. So yeah, we all should have seen this coming. Except one person didn't see this coming and got that wrong. You know who you are. You know who you are. And speaking of stuff like this, we can move on to number 9. Remember what I said? Let's show the clip. Show the clip. What Pokemon is in the game right now that is kind of rare and don't have it shiny in the game? And there's one Pokemon that comes to mind. There might be others like that, but I don't think there's a lot at this moment. But there's one that comes to mind, and that is this: Jangmo-O. So yes, I truly believe that Jangmo-O will get its shiny release this year. So shiny Jangmo-O came out next year. Now you can already figure out what one of my predictions are going to be for next year. Matter of fact, you can make this prediction yourself. You already know what's going to come. You already know what's going to happen next year. I'm not going to say it. You just have to wait for a future video. But let's move on though. Let's move on to number 8. Number 8 is interesting. First off, let me say this. I'll show you the clip of what I said, and then I will explain further on. Check this out. Number 8, we are only going to get 2 Mega Pokemon that will make their debut this year. So, I didn't say this within that clip, but if you were to watch that video, that entire video, or at the very least, my entire explanation for my number 8 prediction rather, I said that we were not going to get no more than 2 Mega Pokemon this year. No more than 2 Mega Pokemon will be making their debuts this year. We got 3. We got Mega Heracross, Mega Lucario, excuse me, and Mega Marau. So, I got this wrong, because I was along the lines of, oh, we ain't gonna get a lot of Megas this year. I mean, 3 technically isn't a lot, but when there's 10 left, that's kind of a game changer right there. So that's pretty interesting that they dropped 3 instead of just 2. So, and then, here's the funny thing, and I'm looking at the dates right here, right now. Mega Heracross came out April 13th of this year. And then Mega Lucario came out on July the 27th of this year. Now, you would think they would stop right there. They would, not release anymore, especially since they got Dynamax and Gigantamax coming out. You would think they would stop right there, but no, they had to drop Mega Marau. They had to drop Mega Marau. That was on October the 12th. So, there you go with that. That's the one, first one I got wrong, rather. Let's move on to numbers. This ain't, no, we ain't there yet. We're here. Let's move on to number 7. Number 7, I got this right. And I said this: for those of you, Mystic 7, who want to see certain Pokemon from Scarlet and Violet into this game, it's not gonna happen. Not this year. What am I talking about? No Paradox Pokemon. That's right. Throughout 2024, we will not get Paradox Pokemon at all. Need I say more? Let's move on to number 6. Now we can go to number 6. Now we go in here. Number 6. I said this. Number 6, I think we're gonna see more Galar region Pokemon. And I think it was actually during the fall season, we actually got an event dedicated to more Galar Pokemon. So naturally, yeah, I got that correct. All right, let's move on to number 5. Number 5, roll the clip. Now I said that no more than 2 Mega Evolved Pokemon will be making their debuts this year. One of those Pokemon that will make its debut, and it could be the only one, Mega Lucario. I mean, can I call him? Or can I call him? I said it was gonna happen, and we got it. Mega Lucario did come out. I already told y'all when it came out, but it came out this year. Let's move on to number 4. Number 4 is actually funny. I'm gonna let the clip roll. So go ahead, just do it. This year, there will not be any orange and blue skies this year. No orange and blue skies this year. That's my prediction. So what am I talking about? North America's Go Fest will not be in New York. That's my number 4 prediction. Yeah, that was a big old swing and a miss there, was it? But this ain't gonna be a prediction for next year, but what I will tell you guys is this. Go Fest is not returning to New York next year. I ain't gonna say mark my words. This ain't a prediction. This is actually a little bit of an insider this time around. Go Fest is not returning to New York next year. That's all I can say about it. Let's move on to number 3. Number 3, this was a shot out of left field, and I just said this. Check this out. It's about time we get this, especially with Worlds being in Hawaii this year. Number 3, there would be some type of event. I don't know what it is, but there would be some type of event that will feature Alolan Raichu. Yes, I mean, you would think they would do something for Alolan Raichu, but they didn't. So, I got that wrong. Let's move on to number 2. Number 2, ladies and gentlemen, I said this. They introduced the City Safari events, and so far we had 3 of them, and at the moment a 4th one is announced. But even though, so here's the thing about the City Safari event. There were rumors that came out last year about 3 more that's coming out this year. I don't remember where the other 2 are, but one of them is in Taiwan. That's the one that been announced. That was rumor. Now that one's official. The other one is, I think it was in Barcelona, and another one's in not Hawaii, but in Australia. And I'll talk about that one in a second. Well, the Taiwan one is official. The rumor for that one is true. We haven't heard anything about the other 2, and not to mention that there's no City Safaris events that are currently announced after the Taiwan one. Where am I getting at here? I think Safari Zone will return this year. Yeah. So, for those of you who are wondering whether or not I got this correct, there was a Safari Zone that happened this year. It was on September the 27th to the 29th in Incheon, South Korea. That actually happened. We did get a Safari Zone event. I didn't go to that because that was, I don't remember off the top of my head, but I believe that was the same weekend as TwitchCon, and I was at TwitchCon during that weekend. But nevertheless, I got this correct. And speaking of this finger being up, let's move on to number 1. Number 1, I said this. I truly believe at some point this year, I believe I said this last year as well, and I got it wrong. I said something like this last year. I'm gonna say it again this year. There's gonna be, well, but it's slightly different rather. There's going to be some type of PvP change. So they're gonna make some type of change. They're gonna update the current PvP system. They're gonna do something. Okay. So here's the thing about this one. Mopeko came out, right? Now, Mopeko can change its form from, hungry form to happy form, whatever the case may be. But I would not count that as changing the PvP format or making serious changes to the PvP system, anything like that. I would not count that. So I got this one wrong right here. So looking back on my 10 predictions, I got 6 correct and 4 incorrect. So that's a 60%. That's not a good grade for me. So that's a D. So, but nevertheless, I still got more correct than incorrect. So there you go with that. And I will admit, out of the top 4, which are the more difficult predictions, I only got 1 of those correct, and that was number 2. So I kind of happy about that. So there you go with that. Now, I will do this again for 2025. I will give you guys my 10 predictions for the game in 2025. That will happen sometime next year, or next month to be exact. But coming up next, not next in this video, but my next video actually, I made some goals for myself involving Pokemon Go, 5 goals. Did I achieve all 5 of them? You have to tune in and see. But meanwhile, if you wish this part of the video, leave me in the comment section below. Grade. If you wish this part of the video, leave me in the comment section below. Grade, as in I graded myself with these predictions and I got 60% correct. So there you go with that. At the very end of the video, you should see 2 cards. One of them will be something that YouTube recommend, while the other one will be the last video that I put out. Make sure you check out both those videos. I'm gonna call it a wrap. So with all that said, y'all know who this is. This boy New Jack Gatsby, aka New Stephen A. Smith, saying peace out, y'all, and I'll see y'all next time. Yeah. Let's move on to numbers. This ain't, no, we ain't there yet. We're here. We're here. We're here. Let's move on to number 7. Subscribe. Thanks, man. Do it. After you subscribe to the channel, make sure you click the bell icon so you never miss a new video or a live stream ever again. Thanks, guys.
Lewis the trainer, articulating paint. With my tongue, I done things that people said I can't. Now they rank 'em with the elite, but it's for the people, and victory is part of defeat. Cause when you get back on your feet, then you try again. Learn from mistakes, show 'em that I got what it takes, and I'm dying to win. I'ma hit and move away.